Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. The big question was going to be, since the Deadpool Days event weekend, which you go to the store, you look up the Deadpool Days event, it is gone. We have officially seen the invite. So the big question was, would we see something immediately following? Would we see an offer that was for cash happen? And the answer appears to be yes, because we have the Summoner Camp ending soon reminder, but the Class Catalyst bundle is what's specifically in the inbox for $50. 20% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Selector, which 20% is actually double what they're used to giving out. And I can see, obviously I can only see what I can see. Cavalier players, hopefully you have, I would take a 10% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Selector over a 20% Crystal. Some people might disagree with me on that. But given that the limit of this is 3, that is pretty crazy. Because that means if somebody was to spend, and yes, I know it's a lot of money, but if somebody was to spend the max of $150, now of course this is United States dollars, so if you're in a country like Australia or Canada, the exchange rate is going to be worse, and then that's not even including tax. I get all that. But if you compare this selector to, say, and I always go with the new content, let's go to Book 2, Act 1, and let's talk about just 7.2 in preparation for 7.3, right? So let's go to View Rewards. We're going to go to Chapter 2, and you're going to see that if you explore all of Chapter 2, which even if you use 0 units and 0 items and you're just amazing at the game, that's a 25% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Selector. So essentially, Kabam is now saying for Thronebreaker players, those rewards are about $60 worth of rewards, which before that would have been like at least $120. So the price tag for Thronebreaker players of Tier 5 Class Catalyst for this specific offer has been cut in half. The interesting thing is that this past weekend, of course, all of the sales were focusing on gold. Whereas now, gold is something that we don't really have to worry about because, in a sense, if you got the 4-star Deadpool, I should say, because if you didn't, you're still obviously going to worry about it. The gold was so good in those rank rewards that it makes this deal look crazy. Because normally it's 100,000 gold per $10. So that means a normal quote-unquote deal would be 500,000 gold for $50. This is $30 worth of gold for $50. So this is one of the worst gold offers we have seen all year. This should be almost double what it is. I guess it's also worth noting that there are 4 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selectors, which is important because I just took Sabretooth to rank 2. And so when I think about eventually upgrading another mutant champion, I scroll down to mutant and see that I am down to the same amount of Tier 4 mutant as I was Tier 5. I don't know if that's ever been the case. And what's really weird is that I have more Tier 5 mutant catalyst fragments by a small amount than mutant. So I don't know if I'll be purchasing this, but I think it's a really solid price tag for Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragments. I realize when I say that people are going to say, Prof, you're being too kind, you're being too greedy, or I guess greedy is a bad word. You're being too generous about saying the positive thing. But here's the deal, YouTube. This is the same price as an early access bundle that gets you 5 gamble crystals that usually equal 3 and 4-star champions, 3 greater champion boosts, which are great for 30%ers, but obviously those can also expire, and a pittance of 6-star shards. Other than the champion boosts, and even the 6-star shards are tough to count because that crystal is the biggest gamble, especially the 6-star basic in the game, you're looking at something that has no guaranteed value outside of the greater champion boost. Whereas everything in this, besides the pathetic amount of gold, is a selector. Everything is choice, nothing is chance. And so when you think about the overall value of $1 spent on this game, you want to make sure that you're purchasing things that you have control over the outcome as much as possible. This is also why I will always endorse Nexus crystal offers over regular crystal offers. I still don't understand why they gave Thronebreakers almost 6,000 units for a price tag of crystals that included 2 mythic crystals and 3 6-star basics. The fact that there were no 6-star Nexus in that offer still makes zero sense to me, but that's a really good reason for why I am not almost 6,000 units less in my stash right now, because I was not going to justify that price point this weekend with a bad purchase. So for tier 5 class catalyst fragments, I'm going to give this at least a B-. And for people who are really, really needing to take a 6-star to rank 3, and you are obviously Thronebreaker, because I'm assuming Cavalier players aren't going to see the same deal, although maybe I'm wrong, I'm going to give this like a B+, because you could, in theory, take a champion if you spend $150. Again, I'm not saying charge the credit card if you don't have it. Only you watching this knows your financial background. But you could take a champion that has less than half, if you bought all 3, less than half of a tier 5 class catalyst, and form it. And then on top of that, even if you're like me, depleted on tier 4s of a specific class, you can get, if you buy 3, 12 of them, which would make any rank up possible, because when you look at what you need to do to take a 6-star from rank 2 to rank 3, you are going to need, let's say we're going to take up Elsa, you're going to need 8. So you're going to need $100 worth if you have 0 of these. So it's a fair offer, terrible for gold, but great for everything else. Have a great rest of your day, YouTube. Thanks for watching.